Hi guys, welcome to EuroLeague Fantasy Talks. In this episode we will check how our team is growing and recommend some players that will rise in value on BasketNews EuroLeague Fantasy. As you can see here in round 13 my team got 124 points and we are currently now in 1644th position, and we still have the biggest budget in the league with 22.1 million, and we had increased in 747k since last round. And let's see how each individual player did in our team. Tavares got price increase of 100k, Nicola Melli got 140k to our budget, Musa increased his value by 80k, but that's about it because now Musa doesn't have such a good numbers for next round, so we will trade him. PJ Dozier got a whole 200k to our budget, Isaiah Kenan got us only 10k, 80k from Ojale, Ulanovas increased our budget by 110k, Iago dos Santos 27k, Serge Ibaka didn't play, so therefore his value didn't change, but otherwise he has pretty much the best stats from all the players now in the league to increase his stats, so I definitely can recommend him. He was rested last EuroLeague game, so hopefully he will play in this one. And Carson Edwards managed to get the amount of points that are equal to retain his value, so yeah, at least he didn't reduce his value. And let's now do trades for round 14 of EuroLeague. So the players I'm selling are Walter Tavares. As always, I'm selling the players that have the worst chances to increase their budget, and Tavares is one of them because he needs to score at least 15 fantasy points for his price not to drop, which basically makes it harder for him to grow price because yeah, that's the only minimum to retain his value, and only everything that will be on top slowly will increase his value. So therefore it's not the best player to have to increasing value, of course, but fantasy points wise I think he has a good matchup, so of course for fantasy points you might as well keep Tavares, but for budget growing I have to sell him. The second player I'm selling is Džanan Musa, another Real Madrid player. For Musa's case he needs to get 23 fantasy points to retain same value, so therefore yeah, it's very likely that Musa will drop in price, as 23 fantasy points is not so easy to gather these days. So definitely I can recommend to sell Musa, unless you really have a lot of budget and you don't care about the numbers so much. And the last player I'm gonna sell is Isaiah Kenan. He was among our top 3 worst players for increasing budget in the next round. Kenan needs to get 19 fantasy points for his price not to drop, so we had to let him go. Alright, and let's now see which new players we are getting to increase our budget. In the center position I will get Jonathan Motley from Fenerbahce. Motley doesn't have as good stats as Serge Ibaka, but still he's one of the better centers to have for increasing their value. For my forward I will go with Tyreek Jones from Anadolu Efes. The last 2 performances are really raising his value and making so that even if Tyreek Jones would score 0 points, he would still increase his value. And for my guard I will go with the most expensive player, Shane Larkin. It might sound crazy, but even if he is most expensive, he still has very good stats for increasing his value because of the last few crazy performances that he had. He should still increase his value even if he would score 0, at least for the next round. So that will be my team for the next round. Another players I can recommend to increase their value is anyone in our team, well except Nicola Melli, Ulanovas and Iago, because these 3 players they do not have such great stats and probably they will be the next players that we will send the next round, but let's see. But other players I can recommend for center position is Erkan Osmani from Anadolu Efes. For 137k he has good stats, assuming that he will play of course. For forward position is Mario Hezonja for 1.22 million. And guard position for increasing value I can recommend Daniel Hackett from Virtus Bologna for 1.3 million. That's all guys. For more content on EuroLeague Fantasy please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching and see you on the next one.